people win a 5th grade contest in 6th grade? I can't answer your question, but as I've said before, I was in 5th grade when I won the contest. Some friends and I were partying at a shitty Motel 6 on the outskirts of Portland, Oregon a long while back. The night before a big festival. A bunch of rockstar looking dudes got out and stretched and started smoking cigarettes. I drunkenly yelled at them to come party with us, and next thing I knew, 8 guys are piling out of the bus and headed up the stairs. They all go into my hotel room and we start taking shots and drinking beers when someone finally decides to ask what band they were with. It was some guys who at the time we'd never heard of, called Avenged Sevenfold. Super nice dudes. The singer called my brother on my cell phone just to say hi and let him know they were opening up for Korn the next day. My brother loved Korn. Anyway, that was cool. Also September 2016, I had a picture published in National Geographic. A TV weatherman did one of those visiting a local school segments at my school, so our whole class was on TV. Of course, the one time they show me on camera was when I was picking my nose. I recreated the SpaceX rocket landing in my friend's pool. Elon Musk called it cute. And I got a lot of unsolicited pool cleaning tips. I tried to build the world's largest domino pyramid. Failed spectacularly. And the video went viral. A Japanese TV station interviewed me about it. 2. Back when the sheer labia of "just do it" meme was popular, I used it as a cosplay at Anime Expo. I had a large green cardboard slab tied to my back for the green screen effect, and I spent days memorizing his speech. I spent about 10 hours that day repeating the speech endlessly and doing videos photo ops with people. The meme was already popular enough for people to be shouting it randomly in the hallways anyway. So it exploded even worse whenever I'd walk through. Eventually security was called on me because I was inciting riots of people shouting "just do it." And they were getting complaints of the noise triggering some people's panic attacks. It was an interesting 15 minutes of fame. Maybe there's been something else, but this is the most storyable. In the summer of 2012, the movie The Dark Knight Rises came out, and to celebrate I decided I'd have a creative twist on cosplay as Batman. I shaved the bat symbol into my chest. Pretty dang good logo shave job if you ask me. I posted the pic on social media. Went to the move. etc. Later the pic blew up with tons of friends and family sharing it all around. It got posted to a few of those crappy mid-internet history sites like iHumor or whatever, as well as a ton of people in my city seeing it. I got recognized at the grocery store and the gas station and a few other places as the Batman chest hair guy. What a legacy. Should have uploaded the picture originally, my B. Right when Pokemon Go came out, I hosted a lure party. Bear in mind, I'm an American living in Canada, so I had legal access to the game, iTunes account and all, a week before Canadians did. So I could do microtransactions at will, downtown in my city, and posted it on Reddit as an open invite. I didn't expect anything more than 5 people. No. Hundreds of people showed up. And so did Vice News. And so did the 2 local news networks. So that happened. Other than that, I refer to myself as a Q-list celebrity because of my weekly music radio program on a station in the same city. Someone got arrested for murder and named me and several other people to the police and a newspaper. They had no idea what he was doing it for or how he knew everyone, so everyone got interviewed as they expected us to be accomplices. That theory went out the window when they discovered I was 9. Someone was 2. And another guy was 87 in a wheelchair on oxygen and missing a leg. Turns out the guy just read names off something outside our Catholic school at the church and remembered some random names and just threw them out to mess with police. My name was on page 4 of our local paper, but everything was a blur. I called Martin Shkreli's cell number 40 times. This was before he really blew up, and he finally answered on FaceTime. Demanded my name. And blocked my number. I put on my resume that I'm hated by America's most hated man. When I was 16. Not the first time I had 6, but maybe the 4th time. Second girl I ever had sex with. She was friends with a lot of people. I guess you'd call her one of the popular girls. Sex was pretty good and she seemed to really enjoy it. Anyway, the next day I heard people laughing as I walked by, especially groups of girls. Didn't know why but got embarrassed and assumed this girl told everyone I sucked. Turns out it was the opposite. She told all her friends about how great my pen 15 was. I didn't even realize it was that big at the time. And being 16 years old in high school, this kind of gossip spread like wildfire. Within a week every girl knew. I became famous for my big dick basically. And the best part was all of a sudden all these girls would approach me by themselves or text me out of nowhere and stuff like that. I ended up having sex with like 8 girls the next 3 months. This continued pretty steadily until I graduated. Damn, I miss high school. Now I'm a lonely loser who will never be known for anything like that again. I had a video go viral about 10 years ago. I sold the rights to Break for $400 after someone stole from YouTube and uploaded it there. This was before monetizing was anything remotely like today. It was also on Best of the Net on G4 during its run. I was in a play in high school and played a character named Star Guy who was a charismatic superhero who could zap people with his star rod and make them like him. It was stupid, but pretty funny because that's basically the exact opposite of my personality. But like half the school saw it and started calling me Star Guy and I got a lot of attention for it. It was fun and lasted a couple weeks. I'm the 1984 under-10s video game champion of NSW, Australia's most populous state. Won prizes. Got in the paper. etc. I was 8. Unfortunately there was no under-10 national comp. There was supposed to be. But they changed the rules and had me play off again the 16 years old. Who won as he knew a game hack to get points and they allowed it. Sestlavi. I was signed to a record label for 3 years. Not really famous since I was just the bassist and we were dropped after only 2 albums due to poor record sales. My 15 minutes of fame came from taking a girl out on a date and having a complete stranger ask me for an autograph on a copy of our CD. I was at Warped Tour 1 year and, after watching them play their set, went over to a band's tent to buy merch and get a picture. I started talking with the lead singer after getting a picture and ended up walking around with him as him and a couple other band members went promoting their band. It was just normal conversation and yet I'll never forget it. I was interviewed on Much Music, Canada's MTV, years ago. And they played the clip often since I managed to make a joke. I was Baby of the Month for August 1995 in Alexandria, Egypt. I was featured on the public channel as well as mentioned on the radio. Neopets in like 2009. I was a decently known screener, someone who posts funny screenshot edits or drawings. I've had a few people freak out when I was posting on the forums. Some of my screenies are still online but they're very cringy. When I was 13 I was obsessed with Photoshop tags. After a couple years I started being extremely good for my age and I was made admin of a 10k active designers forum. They loved me but they never knew I was 15. Basically, I ran a huge forum designer forum being super young and I did a damn good job. I even had a workshop where I taught how to smudge properly and people freaked out over this. It was extremely fun times. Basketball league in school. I was on a crap team and wasn't great myself at anything except defense. One of the better players in the league had a pass to him. Turned towards me and took his shot. I rejected it straight out of court. They passed it into him. He tried to take the same shot. With the same result. The league nights had 4 games going on at the same time. The info about me rejecting him twice went around all the teams very quickly. It sucks when it's because no one expected anything good off you that it's news when you succeed. I won a Rubik's Cube competition in middle school. They had the final match on the school show and most of the school was watching I guess. Still got recognized as the Rubik's Cube guy in high school. Back when I was in my 4th year of university, I found out that my faculty referred to me as that guitar god. Apparently this had been happening since I started first year and showed up at a battle of the bands the university put on, and being in first year made a bunch of older students extremely self-conscious of their playing. We didn't win, unfortunately. I was famous in university and never knew it. In hindsight, I'm glad I didn't find this out until late in my 4th year. I probably wouldn't even practiced if I thought that I was the shit for 4 years. When I was 8, I won a McDonald's contest with 2 other kids to walk out on the pitch alongside players at the FIFA World Cup in Germany, with our country's national team being the Reifwigum of football. Our nation made this a very big deal. We even had a follow-up, full-page newspaper feature about us a good 8 years later. So, kinda slightly fake.